So I have a little bit of an issue with Fire Emblem Three Houses, and I mean like more so than usual. So you see, for a while now, in Maddening Classic with Golden Deer, with how tired I've been getting of the game, I just kind of wanted to get the playthrough over with, and we were kind of like bum rushing the story a little bit, which becomes really difficult in Maddening Classic, where it punishes you for bum rushing the story with risking, you know, potentially soft locking yourself or having chapters become like near impossible to overcome. So I didn't feel that good about bum rushing it, but I didn't really want to grind on stream either the way that I have been, considering we're already, wait, what episode would this be? In terms of when I cut this up into parts, this is currently episode 241. So considering we are 241 episodes into this, I was not that interested in doing like that many more on-camera grinding sessions. But then I thought like, I wonder, would off-camera grinding be that bad of an option at this point? Considering like there's literally 240 episodes of everything I've done in game being documented. Maybe after 240 episodes, each averaging an hour, it's okay to do like some grinding off camera. So there's my main save file right there that we've been doing this whole time, but there was this other save file like that I guess was just after the time skip that was there. So there's 227 hours and a half hours in this save file if you don't count resets and stuff. So I was like, hey, what if I just use this other save file? Because like when we started from that 224 hour mark, I just like bum rushed up to this 227 and a half hour mark. I was like, hey, what if on my own time, like while I was watching some YouTube videos or eating dinner, stuff like that, for the past week, I just opened up that other save file and progressed to where the current file is in the story. And I did that, and I now have this 229 and a half hour file. So 5 hours more from, you know, that where this one started out at, and a couple more hours in than like where we actually were at in the story. And this is like at the basically the same point in the story, ready to do like the next paralog and stuff. But when I had this save file at the ready for this stream, and I literally just opened it up and was getting it like prepared for this stream, like I placed it right before the paralog and then like before the story battle for this session, being like, hey, I'm totally gonna be able to do like the thing there, and it's gonna be great, and everything is gonna be fantastic. But then, as I was looking through this save file, which has like so much more grinding progress than my other one and such, like if I check classes, I even took the time to make some class maxing machines, for example, which I thought I'd never do again. Like all the freaking classes that Claude has maxed, like I got him to max out Warrior, Wyvern Rider, and his own personal class. So there was that happened. Lawrence, I got into freaking Paladin and to Warlock, and he's made a whole bunch of progress and things. Happy has maxed out a bunch of classes as well, and I got her into Gremory. My levels are so much higher than the other file. Hilda became a crazy Fortress Knight who is freaking insane. Lysithia always just like maxes out things and unlocks some more stuff. Essentially that same situation with like everyone. I even got Balthus into the freaking Warmonk class that he's so good in. And when I was looking around in my units before this session, I was looking at the names and I was like, wait a second. Where's Leone? I thought it was strange the past couple class maxing machines that I just didn't have the other person that I had the knowledge gem on, Leone, not around. And I was like, oh, I must have forgotten to take her. So somewhere, I don't know where, but somewhere within those 5 hours of grinding and my not paying a whole lot of attention to the game, since like I wasn't streaming and I was doing other stuff on the side, like catching up on some uni stuff, watching YouTube videos, or eating dinner or whatever the heck, I must have been paying so little attention that I somehow got Leone killed off and didn't even realize, which just undoes this entire 5 hours if I want Leone to still be around. Just completely down the drain. And now I don't really feel like going back to that other file from 5 hours ago and doing like that grinding over again. But now my other option is going back to the same save file that has been like on camera this entire time, of right here. where my units are significantly more shit. And, well, this is my predicament, and this is something that I literally realized about 15 minutes before starting this stream. So, my situation and relationship with Three Houses is not the best, and I've been working hard on my freaking video essay on Three Houses. It's freaking 36 minutes done right now. I have a lot to say on Three Houses, and how much more script do I have to edit? 1 minute 23, let's say like 4 minutes there. And then that's basically like 40 more minutes of script that I need to put in. So this is gonna be a freaking over an hour long video on everything I don't like about Three Houses. And my situation with Three Houses after that didn't exactly get a whole lot better. So wait, hold on. Compare that to everything that I have like on this file, level 32, 31, 20. This is all the stuff that I grinded up from in the other file. Almost everybody became level 30 and now it's not there. Ah, it hurts my soul. It hurts me so much. The past week off camera, I've been spending grinding in this game and working on my video essay on it. One of those two things has now just been completely undone because I somehow lost Leone without ever realizing it. I probably shouldn't have streamed this stream. I probably should have found something else to stream because I'm in a royally bummed out mood about this game. That is the tale of my plight. What is the motivation for people? I guess I'll explore. So like, do I go back to that other file and like grind up to here with like the crazy other stuff that I got? Because my units were decked out. They were so good. I even got like units to learn crazy things, like Flame got Fortify, freaking Hilda got Armored Knight, Balthus got Warmonk. So many cool things, but now my units are all like significantly shittier, and it's like, no, no, my soul. I don't. Anyway, that's my story. I just wanted to express that at the beginning of the stream. On a different note, on a much lighter note, Anima, with you being here, let me just say quickly, freaking happy birthday to you. I hope that you've been having a good birthday so far. I'm sorry that I start out this stream with freaking ranting about my soul being shattered in two because of Fire Emblem Three Houses for the who knows how many times it's been by now, but it feels like this game has shattered my soul in two a lot. That's the disgruntled Harmonia. Well, I appreciate it. My goodness, I hope you're having a fantastic birthday though. Hope that is going well for you. And as I was saying about potentially needing, like, as I was just saying about maybe streaming this game wasn't the best idea today, considering I just found out that I lost 5 hours of work that I did off camera. So it might be better to do, like, something else. So, Anima, in a bit, since it's your birthday, if you want me to switch games to, like, a different game, if it's something that I can, like, feasibly do, let me know. Like, I'll do a little bit of Three Houses, but if you want me to freaking stream something that's, like, within my power to stream, then let me know, or something like that. Swap if you need to or really want to. Hello, Frecky. Hope things have been going well lately. Yeah, I probably shouldn't be streaming this, but, like, I don't know what I'm doing with myself. I'm in a freaking weird slum situation with Three Houses, and I don't understand. And sometimes when I've been grinding and I've looked at Twitch, I've been like, hey, I should stop by Frecky streams one of these times when I'm freaking grinding in Three Houses anyway. But then, like, other things come up that I need to freaking view instead, like my university lectures while I grind. Yes, I freaking grind in video games while I'm in online lectures. But, okay. Where do I use my other points? Like, I'm very tempted to go back to that other file and, like, actually do, like, the class maxing machines and get, like, good builds and stuff like that. But the other part of me is just, like, I probably shouldn't bother, because it's not like It's not like other Fire Emblem games where there's like other post-game content or other side missions that I can do. All that Becoming Stronger helps you do in Three Houses is just get through the story beginning to end. That's like one of my big gripes with it in my video essay that I'm currently working on. Oh, speaking of video essays, I published another video essay today that was technically, the video was technically done last year, but like, there was other things that came up that like overcomplicated the publish date for it, like the thumbnail and stuff. But yeah, it's all good. Why not? 5 hours. Overall is not the worst. Will it really affect my essay? Oh, no, it's 5 hours that I lost in game, not in the video essay. If I lost 5 hours of progress in the video essay, I'd probably be like way more in a slum about that. Because holy heck, I will return to the monastery. But like, the thing is that 5 hours was in a different file that was just a few hours behind, and I spent 5 hours grinding up to the point where I currently am in the story. And this isn't a game that lets you grind infinitely. One of my biggest gripes with Three Houses is it makes these schedules for you, where it's like grinding, 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 story. And that's the way that it is with every in-game month, is the thing. It's always grind, 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 story, grind, 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 story, grind, 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 story. If you skip one of those grinding sessions that the game gives you in the schedule, well, then that's a grinding session you'll never be able to use ever again. Like, that's just gone. Like, once you get to the next story chapter, there is no going back. There's no doing more grinding. You're just locked into the story chapter, and if you can't beat it at your current strength, then you've now soft-locked the game. And the same thing with the end of the game is the thing. Once you get to the end of the game, there's no going back. There's no doing other side activities. You just got... all you have is the final boss, and that's all that there is to the game anymore. So those 5 hours that I lost weren't in this save file. Those 5 hours that I lost was... So here's the current save file of all of what's been on camera. I went back to this file that's like 3 hours behind, and I put 5 hours into it to get back to where I currently am, but at a much stronger strength. But this file is now in a state that I can't really use it, so this file is, for all intents and purposes, like, not there, essentially. So, if I continued in this file, and I did want to, like, grind, I would have to come back to this file and put even more hours back in to return to whatever my new point in this file is, because the structure of Three Houses is freaking perfect and has no flaws whatsoever. I have some issues with this game. That's why there's a video essay that I'm putting together on it. But yeah, the game content between the saves isn't that much of an issue. It's just, I guess I already kind of explained the point on that just now. And Lancer, good going live message. You like my going live message of, hi, I hate this game. Isn't it great? But yeah, remember, it's not a war crime if you win. This is true. Hello, hello, Supreme King. It totally isn't. All I need to do is beat the story missions. Like, it's just a question of, like, how much grinding do I want to do? And do I do it off camera? Do I go back to that other save and come back to this point and do that? Like, something that I'm really, really looking forward to this year is starting Fire Emblem Fates, which from a gameplay perspective is probably my favorite Fire Emblem game. The stories of that game are kind of sucky. Like, there's some cool, like, character development in some characters, not the main character. But there's, like, some cool character arcs and things that it explores in Fates, but the general plot isn't the best. But what I love about Fates is, like, the depth of its gameplay and, like, the combinations that you can make. It's crazy good for people who make Excel spreadsheets like me, and its music is hella good, but you can say that about, like, almost any Fire Emblem game. What? I don't think I've ever seen that happen before, where you go to the scrap heap and nothing happens? What? Excuse me? I am confused, I guess. Well. And yeah, Anima, you finished part 1 of Black Eagles. I'd say don't do, like, multiple routes in this game. Supports are pretty good, but the main storylines are not. Oh, like, the supports are definitely... I wasn't even talking about the supports, but you're not wrong. I agree that the supports are pretty good. I just meant, like, some of the ways that some of the characters, like, are established or used in certain ways. Like, I think that my favorite character, in terms of a character, throughout all of Fates, is Takumi. Especially through the ways that he's portrayed in situations like in the Conquest route, where it's like, hot damn, like, my goodness, he's really freaking, what a character there, my goodness. Like, there's some cool situations like that with characters. Is it just Takumi? Are there any other characters who, as a character, they develop in really cool ways? Or am I basing my entire thing off of the way that they use Takumi as a character in the story, which is honestly really fascinating. As a character, Takumi is literally the best character in Fates. As a unit, best character is definitely your character. But yeah, and too late, Anima, well, just don't put yourself through the same pain that I have with this here. Is the thing. You know, when it comes to the Black Eagles route, something that I have thought about doing is doing like I've mentioned this before. I've thought about starting a non-New Game Plus Maddening Classic playthrough of 3 houses for the Black Eagles route, the one that I haven't done yet. Except the challenge is I need to always be training, like, a flaw in the classroom. You can always have students assigned to, like, 2 particular things to be training. One of those always has to be a flaw. Or in the case of... What is going on here? I assume it's the area loading in, but, like... Dude, door's stuck! Door's stuck! Stop! Whoa! Fine, I won't go that way. Screw you, game. What the hell? I am so confused. That was certainly something. Anyway, from a gameplay perspective, Fates is my favorite Fire Emblem game, I would say. And one of the big reasons that I want to finish off this game is so that I can move on to freaking Fates and such, because I'm really hyped about doing that. It's something I've wanted to cover on the channel for a really long time. Well-programmed game, indeed. Like, I assume it was the area loading since I just came out of Abyss, but, like, still. Like, I've seen that happen when you go up to doors that haven't fully loaded the area on the other side yet, and then it opens up, but I've never seen it happen with that gate before. That's a first for me. My goodness. I got fat shamed by a bishop. That's what happened there. Oh my goodness. I had so much better builds on all of you in my 5 hours ahead playthrough that's now been undone. But, like, do I want to redo that 5 hours? And redoing that 5 hours, by the way, that was on a chapter that was before. That's, like, on the month before. So I had to, like, redo the last story chapter again. And now it's just been shown to be meaningless, so that's cool. I don't know what to freaking do and stuff. Maybe the priest had his hitbox load, but the priest himself wasn't loaded yet? I don't know. I don't really do this a whole lot. I guess I could freaking max HP plus 3 for the rest of the month. How about speed? Sure, for the rest of the month. I don't know. I don't know. Oh, I probably shouldn't have skipped that. I'm so not used to doing this, like, ever. Whatever, I'm skipping it all. I'm sorry, Yuri. I'm sorry. My goodness. Anyway, but yeah, before moving on to Fates, though, like, Fates is, like, one of the big playthroughs that I want to do this year in general. But I don't want to start it until I have the current Fire Emblem games finished off, which are this and just, like, this route, essentially. And so this route in 3 houses, as well as freaking Awakening. And all that is left in Awakening is Apotheosis. So I was thinking about making an event out of it this Friday, since the channel just recently hit 1,000 followers. I was actually putting together, like, a thing if I change it to display capture here. I was thinking about doing, like, a kind of crazy thing where it's like, hey, how about a stream, like, on Friday that's literally just, like, Apotheosis going into, like, hopefully beat it, and then doing, like, another Wiimote Rifle freaking Skyward Sword session, because it's been a while since I've done that, and that's, like, always a cool thing to do for, like, various events and things. But gosh darn it, what? Someone trained me in things that I, like, actually use on my character. This is another reason why I prefer doing something, like, grinding kind of things off camera rather than on camera, because I do things so much slower when it's on camera and I'm constantly talking like this and yada yada, you know? Do you have any... whatever. You have some things... Darn you! Can't get through. But yeah, the whole situation with me with this game right now is, I don't even know, honestly. Where do I use the last point? Freaking screw it, choir prep. Oh wait, Flame might actually be able to teach me magic and stuff. Flame? Where's Flame? Out on the bridge? So yeah, my whole situation with this game is kind of wacky, but I will probably move on to Fates like the moment. Really? Just Lance is fine. Singing it is. I will probably move on to Fates like the moment I'm done with like the current Fire Emblem thing. I was just in here. Why is it? Okay, never mind. It is loaded. No. Who wants it? Sure. Or something. I don't know. But yeah,
It is so much fun to sing with others.
Apotheosis and Fire Emblem Awakening maybe will be finished off this Friday. I just kind of threw that time together. Like, I can probably make it to that. I'll probably just do that this Friday. But, like, Three Houses is the longer one. Where it's like, do I just, like, bum rush it here? Because it's gonna become, like, monumentally more difficult if I bum rush it, is the thing. But maybe that could be the whole appeal. Dang it, all the freaking stuff that I spent like 5 hours on developing is gone! Ah! Oh, it hurts me. Okay, what stuff that I was... One of the things that I did do on the other save file was set no, not goals. Group tasks to... Oh, I think it was just those two. No, it was Hilda and Marianne that I set to on the other save file. Is what I did, to have Hilda become like a great knight, because holy heck is a fortress knight on that other file. She was freaking insane. So I mean, I could develop riding in... It looks like you have sauna buffs. It's been a while since I came to this file again, so like I need to remember these things. Do I grind? Do I bum rush? What do I do? I appreciate the 5 bits there, Anima, by the way.
Here you go, buddy.
The bot saying things out is always so wacky. Sometimes, even though I just want to get the... Oh my goodness, what the heck? Okay, cool. Sometimes, even though I just want to, like, get this game done with and out of the way, do I want to go for freaking Wrath? Vantage Wrath, Defiant Crit, maybe not Defiant Crit, but Vantage Wrath at least. Maybe, I don't know. How much am I gonna bum rush? How much am I gonna grind? I don't even know. Anyway, as I was saying, to potentially take a break from this route, something I have thought about doing was just starting that freaking Maddening Classic Black Eagles route that I wasn't even 100% sure if I was ever gonna do. Because that would be a file where I have a reason to grind. Is the thing, I'd have a reason to take my time with it because I'm crippling myself by always training flaws in the classroom. In a non-New Game Plus playthrough, I'm making like a very specifically hard challenge. So I specifically have reason to grind. Whereas in something like this, it's like, do I really need to grind and take my time with it? Or do I just want to bum rush it, you know? So, even though I keep saying that like this route is going to be my last, maybe it would actually be way more chill to do something where I'm grinding in, and I actually feel like I have reason to be grinding in, unlike this, where it's like, I can probably still find my way out of sticky situations. It's just gonna be a hella uphill battle, and it's also made more stressful by the fact that I had a lot of my grinding undone. I don't know, it's a situation and a half, to say the least. You know what, we're just gonna develop your reason magic a little bit here. But yeah, as I was saying earlier, Anima, if you freaking want me to switch over to something on your freaking birthday out here, then let me know and stuff. Also, Masked Phoenix coming out of nowhere, it was me, dear. Little did you know it was me, dear. Or whatever the heck. Let's develop Lawrence's ride. Hello, Phoenix. It has been a hot while. How have things been? Has life been treating you better than Three Houses has been treating me? Probably, considering the way that Three Houses has been treating me. Ah, this freaking game! Get it over with! I I don't even know. Do I need to change around any goals? I don't think so. I just need to, like, build up levels and stuff. You wouldn't know. I know, like, way back when you did the freaking game request of Okami that I did a playthrough of. Holy heck, was it painful. But I remember that was a thing from forever ago. I'm training flying with Marianne? Wait, I just started training her in riding. Am I actually putting her towards a dark flyer or something? Wait. What was my plan here? I'm forgetting. Do I actually want her to become a dark flyer? Because dark flyers are pretty good. Did I just train her in riding for no reason? Just now? Well, that's a freaking instruction I'm never going to be able to take back. Did I mention I don't like this game? Did I maybe mention that? You know, let's just go ahead and, you know, do, a thing or two here, like, whoa, just like that. Man, it's been okay. You got married last year. 10/10/2020 at 10 a.m. Well, congrats on the marriage then. And as you almost want to say that Three Houses was designed with being bloated in mind, given the advertising, like, make your choice, so the game might be designed so a player only wants to play one route. Maybe. I mean, there's a few tangents that I go on in my video essay that are even done already that are all about, you know, the fact that there's, you know, 3 routes and a lot of things to do. Like, if I even just, like, find a random point of it, like, I don't want to, you know, spoil too much of what I've been working on. But, like, where's the... Hold on. Where's the thingamabob? I know that there's, like... Ah, here's a thing with Softly in Grace. With Grace. I basically do a whole tangent of being like, oh yeah, there's like a bazillion things that Three Houses gets you to do. Hold on, I'll share this 2-minute tangent while Softly with Grace plays that I've been working. I'll share these 2 minutes of the thing, is what I'll do. What this means with some of the harder missions on the higher difficulties is that it becomes possible to literally soft lock the game. This was talking about, like, the format. You better be making the maximum use of your limited freezes. Also, Hawk's coming out with the raid. Multiple save files of the same playthrough. I appreciate the raid. Ability to backtrack and get stronger the game doesn't give you if you want to have the least chance of getting permanently soft locked by being unable to beat a story mission, such as the first time skip mission on Maddening Classic. For reference, in the footage used, yes, I did beat it after over an hour. And if I wasn't using a specific busted build I carried over from New Game Plus, I genuinely think I would have been softlocked here. So while previous games such as the 3DS titles let you go from story mission to story mission as you please and grind whenever you want, Three Houses gives you a bazillion side activities that make it so laggy because it's 25 times Maddening. If you're not spending at least an hour or two doing the same activities over and over again between story missions, then you risk screwing yourself and your save file over. Sure, you can still bum rush the story and avoid side activities like previous titles, but if you do so on hard or Maddening, then you're probably going to softlock yourself. Previous Fire Emblem games like the 3DS titles have the story over here and grinding and side activities over here, and it lays it out for you as the player in a way to say, you can do either of these to as much of an extent as you like at any time. You can grind for like 3 hours if you randomly want to right now before continuing with the story. Or you could do the story for like 3 hours and then go do a little bit of grinding on the side. With Three Houses, however, it makes these timetables for you in the calendar and says, here's grinding time, here's story time. Here's grinding time, here's story time. You can't save any of that grinding for later or do any of the story early. Well, you can do the story early, but that means that that grinding time slot has now just been lost forever. You haven't made full use of it, and you're never going to be able to use it to make your character stronger. So there's one of my mini tangents in the video essay that kind of encompasses how I feel about this game, essentially. So the entire video is going to wind up being over an hour long, but you know, and I'm working on it. It's gonna be a while before it comes out because there's a lot of thingamabobs there. Anyway, I appreciate the raid there, Hawk's Corner. Hope you had a good stream. Sorry that you're raid at like a bad time that I couldn't really answer and stuff, but I hope that it all went well. Yeah, it works. Was worried about it not working since it said 0 viewers the whole time. Yeah, raids should always go through. It's just like host alerts that are a little bit wonky on my channel stuff. And hello as well, Guzma. Hope you are doing well. And what editing software is that? That is Camtasia Studio is what that is. And there's another game on the Switch that has multiple story routes, but a large chunk of the story is the same. The other game only took is also 22 hours long, which means it really encourages replaying the game on like 3 houses. It's called Trials of Mana. That I have heard of. I don't really know much about it, but I have heard about it. I think my cousin plays it, actually. So as I was saying in that freaking 2-minute snippet of the video essay that I just shared, do I want to bum rush the story? Because if I do, I risk soft locking myself. But like, do I maybe want to do that? Do I want to get freaking Wrath on You? Maybe I'll do it. But yeah. Trials of Mana is a remake of a game from 1995. Weren't they releasing on the Switch like some trilogy of things or something related to that? Why am I developing Flying with You? You literally already have Dark Flyer unlocked. This is pointless. Why is this Reason and then, I don't know, Faith and Reason, both magics? Sure. If you want to become a Valkyrie, you need to... I literally had you in Valkyrie in my other save file. I'm so mad at this game. I'll get this to A first and foremost, I guess, and then we'll begin training and stuff. Don't think bum rushing is a good idea, but like, whenever I'm grinding on camera, I'm like so slow at grinding on camera because I freaking... you know, spend 3,000 years chatting and stuff like that. And I don't mind chatting, but like, I don't want to spend 3,000 years grinding. I want to play the video game. But when I'm off camera, I can bum rush grinding a bit more and get like really good builds and stuff like that. But like, I did that, and then I saw that I didn't have Leone, and then the freaking 5 hours just got undone. And it all hurts. Doing pretty good, but I have to head out for now and finish your assignments. You have about an hour and 15 minutes left before it hits 12 a.m. Hopefully you'll be back once you're done with it. Gotcha. Well, I wish you luck with that, Guzma. Hope that the assignments go well for you. Thanks. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, you're totally welcome. Whoa, we're developing things that I had already developed past on the... You got Agnes Arrow. I'm pretty sure I already had that on my other file. We have the paralog here. But, like, do I want to do that? I might just do some side battle. But how much would I want to grind in these side battles anyway? We have one support conversation here that I'm going to show really quickly.
Marianne, I've been meaning to thank you. The books that you lent me have proved most fascinating. Would you permit me to offer you tea as a token of my gratitude?
I'm a little busy right now. Maybe later tonight?
Of course. I will look forward to it.
Thank you for inviting me over.
Certainly. Thank you for coming. Oh, and please, relax. This is no formal occasion.
Oh, this tea tastes so good.
Doesn't it just? This is my absolute favorite. I'm pleased you like it. This pastry may suit your palate also. It is commonly paired with this tea in my homeland.
It's sweet. It complements the astringency of the tea.
You have exquisite taste. And there is plenty more where that came from. We simply must do this again.
You want to spend more time with me?
Naturally.
Well, that's... Actually, there's something I need to say.
Yes? What is it?
I've been keeping this from you for a while. It's about my crest. It's just terrible.
Please, that's quite enough.
Oh.
You're trembling. If uttering this secret hurts you, then I have no desire to hear it.
It's just...
Your smile is a greater gift to me than any truth. Whatever you have hitherto concealed, I am certain it is essential to you, and I do wish to know it. but not until the day arrives when you can tell me with a smile on your face. I am not the sort of man to prize my own knowledge over others' happiness, you know. Besides, the mystery is part of your charm.
You're funny, Lawrence.
There, that's what I mean. Your beauty is always captivated, but that smile truly warms my heart.
This is the first time I've smiled in so long, and I have your kindness to thank for that.
As I've said, you are perfect just as you are. But I suppose I can take a little credit. Yes, your radiant smile shall illuminate all the world. With me by your side, you will not be able to help it.
I'm looking forward to that.
Whoa, Lawrence! Charm 100! What a freaking way with the words this man suddenly has. And it doesn't help that my current stream title is starting to get real tired of your crap, Lawrence. My original stream title was gonna be getting real tired of your crap 3 houses, but I changed it to... Wait, there's another support conversation? Oh, okay. Well, I guess we're seeing this one.
Remember when you mentioned briefly that you'd been in conference with some nobles? Did the topic of conversation happen to be me?
I haven't the foggiest idea what you're talking about.
Don't be coy with me. I recently received an offer of support from Count Karen.
Bravo! Your dream of restoring your house is that much closer now, isn't it?
We shall see. My response is on hold until I could confirm something first. You sound as befuddled as I feel. These are events you set in motion, are they not? I want only the truth from you. Lie to me and you shall be incinerated.
That doesn't leave me much wiggle room, does it? Alright, I'll tell you. So yeah, I might have been negotiating with some nobles. Maybe. Possibly.
You do recall that I have nothing I can offer you in return, yes?
Of course I know that. I just did what I needed to get what I wanted. Like always.
Explain.
All my life, I've known how to angle to get everything I've ever wanted. Money, social standing, the whole kit and caboodle. See? That's how the savage mockingbird lives. Ever since I was a kid. It's how I've done things.
What does that have to do with... Wait, are you admitting to being the savage mockingbird?
Then I find myself wanting in on this house of yours. The one you've yet to rebuild.
What? No, wait. You haven't yet answered my question about the savage.
Preened as this bird might be, his only home is a dark, wet back alley. As long as I'm me, nothing can change that. So I figured, if I could leave that home of mine and live simply as Yuri, even if only for a while, you know, I might like somewhere proper to return to. Somewhere cozy, comfy even. Better than House Row, or the last I left from.
I'm not sure what you're insinuating here.
I'll get your house back for you. And I only ask for one thing as payment. Once House Nouvelle is back in good standing, I want a home there.
You mean you wish to join House Nouvelle? But the only way to do that...
Marriage. Bingo. Quick, easy, simple.
You and I. Spouses.
You heard me. It's a fine enough trade. What's the problem?
I mentioned nothing about a problem. Where did you get that notion? I've always found you very useful, though I could do with less, much less of your backtalk.
I suppose Milady doesn't want a rogue for a husband. Can't handle all that is Yuri,
No, but there is a procedure to this sort of thing. How can you join my house when I have none?
What? You want to do things in order? How boring. I suppose we'll be lovers for now.
You mock me! You mock me and I will not have it!
Me? Mock? I'm being sincere. I'd never live out another dull day with you by my side.
That is my only fear. A life spent by your side may be more taxing than I could stand.
Seeing you so flustered provides endless entertainment.
That did not go where I thought it was going to go. Okay. Well, But yeah, and Lancer, the supports in this game are actually really good, but after reading one after another, you start to be like, hey, I got to the gameplay already. I've had sessions like that. This was like one of the hardest paralogs on Hard Classic. So like, I guess I'll try it in a little bit here without, you know, without my freaking crazy more grinded save file. Another one of the things that I talk about in my video essay is meaningful choices in video games, or games in general. It could be tabletop games as well, as has been discussed in my class I'm currently taking on, tabletop games, where you need to create choices that are meaningful, that have consequences the player cares about, and, you know, requires the player's consideration. But you need to not create meaningless choices. And meaningless choices can be meaningless because they're obvious choices, like who to make what in this game a lot of the time is just like, well, you get punished for freaking doing anything other than developing their assets and flaws, so like, there's not really much choice there, better develop their freaking assets. So that's cool. There's hollow choices where your choices have no consequences, which would be an example of the Blue Lions route being like, Professor, wherever we go, we will follow you. Are we gonna go to Enbar, or are we gonna go to Ferdiad? And the game is just like, JK, never mind. You don't actually get any say. It's a hollow decision, and therefore a meaningless choice. There is uninformed choices where the consequences are arbitrary, where it's not clear, like, exactly what the consequences are, like choosing a house at the beginning of the game, where it's like, okay, you know what students you're gonna be teaching, but, like, you don't know anything about them. You've talked to them at most once by now. You don't know how they're going to develop as characters. You don't know how the story's going to play out. You don't know about the war that's going to happen. You don't know anything. It's an uninformed choice and makes it a meaningless decision. And then there's also hidden decisions where the player makes a choice but never even realizes it, which Three Houses also does, with you choosing, like, a side of the war to be on, because you never actually get to choose what side of the war to be on. That choice is locked behind the other choice of which house you do at the beginning of the game, of which group of students you want to teach. And then that just, like, determines for you which freaking side of the war that you take. So Three Houses has a lot of meaningless choices, but as I'm looking at classes here, in my video essay, I make the argument that the only, like, meaningful choice in terms of, like, spicy builds for people and just, like, classing people and stuff is for who to make a dancer, essentially. But then I was like, what other classes are a limit? And then I remembered the freaking Dark Mage class, and I was like, wait, would who to make a Dark Mage be a meaningful choice as well, since, like, you can only pass around, like, so many of them and you have to decide, like, who gets it. But eventually, I also decided that it was a meaningless decision, because at the end of the day, there is no, like, final class for it, so nothing, like, spicy to work up towards, so at best, it only helps you in, like, mid-game. As well, you know as the player that you get a limited amount of Dark Seals, since you get one every time you defeat the Death Knight, who's like a crazy hard optional boss. But there's no indication of when the next time you're going to find the Dark Knight is, since he just appears a finite amount throughout the story. You don't know when the next time you're going to see him is. You don't know if you're ever going to see him again. You don't even know if you're going to be able to beat him again. So, like, you have to, when you're making people a Dark Mage, you have to consider the consequence of you don't know how many more Dark Seals you're gonna get. Like, you know that it's a finite and limited amount, but you never know what that limit is unless you freaking Google it ahead of time for how many times the Death Knight appears in your route, making it an uninformed decision where you don't understand the consequences of your actions, and has led to me never using a Dark Seal in any of my playthroughs ever. But it's also occurred to me that I've never used a Dark Seal in any of my playthroughs ever, so in reclassing people, I might potentially use Dark Seals. Maybe? I'm thinking about it. For now, I'm going to go ahead and make Lawrence a Paladin. It's a good thing that we developed riding and such. Anyway, that's the mini version of the tangent I do in my video essay on meaningless decisions in games. And Three Houses has a lot of meaningless decisions. Oh, you didn't even have Warlock unlocked first. Whatever, you're just gonna be a Paladin for now. But yeah, to be fair, you don't have to make everyone master a class. Yeah, this is true. The second class works just effectively with Dark Mage, just get an upgraded version that only unlocks after making a Dark Mage. This is true, and I know that Sniper has, like, some really good skills to it, like Hunter's Volley. But, like, hold on. I'm gonna go ahead and put you into this. I'll keep you in your current class so that you can, like, get Wrath and stuff, though. Would I even want you to have Wrath? I think you made him 3 to 4 times, maybe? Yeah, it's something like that. It's something along those lines. I don't know. Who would I even want to give the things to? I also made Ignatz a trickster in like my other grinding file, but then I realized that you can only get Abyssian exam passes through Renown, and I was like, wait a second, is it really that necessary to make him that? And then I like didn't really care much anymore. Swordmaster and Paladin are also pretty good. I know that Swordmaster gets Astra, I believe. What does Paladin get, like, specifically within that class? Is the question.
I did it.
That was actually not a bad option, even just from, like, the increased base stats. Yeah, that's not too important. Oh! 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 That is, very spicy. Hold on. Wait. I do want Balthus to be able to get the thingy-mabob. Dang it! And you can get the thingy-mabob right now as well that I want you... Dang it! Why didn't I get more Abyssian exam passes when I was exploring? You can only do that when you're Gosh darn it, I'm making you a war monk, Balthus. Freaking Marianne can become a freaking Dark Flyer later. They get Aegis, but they're still... Yeah, so they get the class mastery skill of Aegis that you can put onto, like, anything else. But they're so good as a class because they're easy to unlock and have good stats. Yeah, this is true. I could always unlock this other class just to have it, like, there and available and stuff. Is what I could do. I'm honest, like, I don't want to go back and, like, redo things again. So I might honestly just stick through with this save file at this point, instead of going back to that other one and becoming stronger by this point. Let's go ahead and go to the item shop, and then we need to get some more of those. I'll get a couple intermediate seals. No one poison strike Ignatz. I'm honestly thinking about making him thingamabob. Dark Mage or whatever the hell, so he gets Poison Strike. And I mean, if he became a Dark Bishop as well, Life Taker is not a half bad skill either. But I might have his skill slots filled with things like rally skills, because Ignatz actually is one of the few characters that gets like 3 rally skills by leveling up his authority, meaning he's not that bad as like a rally character. I literally had Raphael like level 31 or 32 in that other file. I feel so bad. Like, I can decide later anyway. I mean, Ignatz is oftentimes not killing a whole lot of opponents anyway. That might not actually be a bad idea. It might not actually be a bad idea. I'm gonna have you unlock this Marianne to use in case you're an adjutant to get like some riding experience and stuff. The point of this game's progression, kind of pushing you in a certain direction. Might talk about that in your light on 3 houses. Maybe you want some inspiration from the thing that I'm working on right now. I'll just have it like in the menu of equipable things. I mean, oh, okay. It's a good thing I developed that. Sure, try out the thing. Actually, wait. Stay in warrior for now for like wrath, I guess. Should I develop swords to give you vantage plus wrath? One of the most busted combinations.
Shucks. I guess I did it.
Maybe I'll do that. Hold on. You can work towards wrath right now, Hilda. Anyway, it might be a little while before I publish that, because before the Fire Emblem 3 Houses video essay, I still have 2 other video essays to publish. There's my Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Rescue Team DX versus Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition gameplay thing, which is like almost done actually, despite the fact that the music part only got published earlier today, so like I should have it published in the near future. I've been working on one that covers the leitmotifs and progression of Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity, which is like 70% done-ish. Just needs like some touch-ups. And then there's like the Fire Emblem 3 Houses one, which is like half done. So I mean, it's not gonna be like super far in the future. I have good progress on like plenty of things. I mean, there's no real point in me developing Mortal 7. No real reason. I mean, 52%, more than half. Do I want to risk it for the hypothetical biscuit? I can always save scum it. I could literally just save scum it. I think I am just gonna freaking stick with this file at this point. I don't want to go back and do things over again. I am the freaking 2% over half. Heck yeah! The odds were technically in my favor. Wait, do you even have Wrath already? Darn it, you don't even have Wrath yet. You have Vantage. Darn you, Claude. Darn you, Claude. Wait, aren't you, like, really close to, like, maxing that out? Hold on. Wait a second here. You have Vantage. Yes, you just need 3 more battles. You have Vantage. Now you just need Wrath and then Defiant Crit. Heck yeah, first try.